Thank you for the kind introduction there. Wednesday, my dudes, the frog. Hands down, best thing that I experience on a daily basis. Welcome. My name is Mouse. I am and forever will be the Bad Bard, and tonight I bring you last week in streaming news, what you may have missed if you weren't paying attention. Twitch Amsterdam is over, but its impact on the community cannot be understated. This week we cover Twitchcon Amsterdam recap, Gideon kicked out, and Myth leaves. TwitchCon truly is the best of what the streaming space can be. Creators and viewers from around the world get together in a single location to connect, talk, and put faces to names. Meanwhile, the ads experience at TwitchCon is organic, giving people a reason to go check out Amazon's latest shows, new cosmetics from NYX, or see what shoes go for on StockX. Because the experience puts people first, there have been very few complaints that we've seen. Instead, the post-con blues dominate social media as people get on planes, trains, and automobiles to return home. Funny how that happens. Anyway, let's get into this week's news. Let's start with TwitchCon announcements because there were surprisingly few. Many of the bigger reveals were announced by Twitch weeks or months ahead of time. For starters, Emmett Shear announced that pinned channels on the sidebar would be coming this summer. We also got pinned chat coming down the pipeline, and finally they announced updates to the raid functionality, allowing creators to get better control of who can raid them. If you want to see the keynote in condensed format, Zach Busey has covered it over on his YouTube channel. You can see the full video there. I'll give you all some time to take a look at that URL as we move on to the next little bit. Earlier this week, Twitch announced that they would reduce the payment threshold from $100 to $50. This change will initially be available in Argentina, Italy, Mexico, Spain, and Taiwan, but aims to be released globally by November. This is an excellent change for smaller creators, but the end goal is the bigger story here. You can see the full article about earning money, getting paid, and a lower payout minimum at this article on screen now. Zach Busey covered what his thoughts on what the $50 threshold could be the start of, and you can take a look at that full video on his channel. They want to be able to pay out the money you earn in a stream the same day that you make it. It's a long-term goal, but it likely means the steps to get there are shorter turnovers, more frequent payment processing, and other reductions. Some of those may be here sooner rather than later, and I personally am excited to see it. For the second time this year, YouTube has lost its global head of gaming, Lester, aka @Chin on Twitter, who shared that he was moving on from YouTube after replacing Ryan Fwiz Wyatt in January. Personnel losses are never ideal, and this is undoubtedly some setback for YouTube's ambitions to eventually completely compete directly with Twitch. If you'd like to read this full note, it is pinned at the top of Lester's Twitter, and I would just like to highlight here his end quote from the original Destiny game: "Have courage to walk into the darkness, but strength to return to the light." In less critical streaming industry news, Russia's Roskomnadzor, I'm trusting Google Translate on that one, ordered search engines to mark Twitch as an entity violating the law. This stems from fake news spreading about their war in Ukraine. Not sure there are any teeth to it, but it's still an interesting story. Under creator stories, Myth is the latest Twitch streamer to jump into the YouTube gaming pool, announcing on Monday that he was heading to YouTube after a long career on Twitch. He posted this video to his Twitter account to announce the transition, and he told The Hollywood Reporter in an article that he hopes to make better content by spending less time streaming and more time producing videos. You can find the full article on Hollywood Reporter's website at that URL there. Gideon, a notorious YouTuber who caught an indefinite ban on Twitch after hate-rating Pokimane, was back in the Twitch realm this weekend. After signaling his remorse and attempts to get unbanned on Twitch just a week ago, Gideon showed up at Twitchcon Amsterdam, shot a video, and subsequently was kicked out, but he promises he'll be at Twitchcon San Diego. Challenging Twitch to improve their security, no doubt this likely affirms that he has a permanent suspension and potentially could see him in legal trouble, as Twitch is not shy about activating their lawyers. According to sources from Zach Busey, Twitch sold out of their $15,000 or 15,000 attendance plans for TwitchCon Amsterdam. This is intentionally less than they could have sold as they tiptoe back into the event. That said, it did appear a bit undersold regarding exhibitors. Now, we're just crossing our fingers that COVID is not widely spread and that people remain healthy. TwitchCon San Diego is on our mind. Anyway, thank you for watching and have a great week of streaming. If you'd like to get more news like this sent directly to your inbox, check out Zach Busey's Twitter and his YouTube. He has this set up as an email newsletter sent out from his website. Thank you very much for tuning in for last week's streaming, what you may have missed in last week's streaming news.